Peggy 18.
What? No! This can't be right! Why?
No!
Beeper, you will die saving lives.
No!
Why?
For Christ's sake!
Why did it have to give
Why
us?
isn't it in the podcast? Why isn't this in the podcast?
Yo, don't you get it? When he dies, he saves many lives because we no longer have to listen to his music.
Hello and what is up guys, my name is PixelPolish and this is Life Hunt Podcast episode 37. Our quote-unquote special team is back to discuss the latest developments in the video game industry, share our gaming stories and deal with some unfinished business in Toukiden the Age of Demons. Due to a lot of different mishaps in the past, we have developed a grudge against a certain pair of demons and it's time to even the score. Will we make it? I guess you will have to find out for yourself. Enjoy!
Hello.
And Banana with his noises again.
I'm just special.
Well, at least
Whatever
you
you
said
tell
that.
yourself. Whatever helps you get to sleep at night.
I guess. Alright, so yeah, we've got some unfinished business from some other episodes of Life Hunt Podcast. In Toukiden at least. But we're not gonna start with that special quest. Special mission. We're gonna start with something less hardcore to warm up. I mean, I don't know if it's that much less hardcore, just 1 star less, but at least it's not Cerberus.
Oh, yep.
So that makes it a little easier. Oh, wait, I can't pray. Okay, but I can just fake it if you want.
Okay, so the rest of us, 3, 2, 1, go.
See? Beautiful.
Nicely done.
Wait, I'm missing something. Yes!
Neural and application.
Mega boost! Okay, let's do this shit. No network errors, please. Or I'm gonna bite. Yeah! Loading in this time. So, how was your last 2 weeks, guys?
Good.
They were pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty uneventful for the most part.
Any interesting events? I know
Well,
that
just-
at least one of you has something to share with us.
Just today, I pre-ordered my new 3DS XL Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate Edition.
Well, that's a mouthful.
You have no idea.
Oh, Nintendo.
After ordering the same game, but I can't find it anymore. I'm too late.
Oh, so you didn't get it?
Well, I didn't find the bottle anywhere. They were all sold out.
You do know that it doesn't come out until the 13th.
Yeah, no. I mean, reservations. They're all reserved.
That sucks.
All of a sudden, Banana's quality dropped. Like, a lot. I don't know why, but I guess we're just gonna carry
My
on.
voice kind of...
I
did
pre-ordered
something
the
weird.
regular one.
I was kind of choking at the same time as talking.
I'm just a little mad that over here we can't get the small one.
But
No, yeah, you can't get...
really, when I
XL.
was looking, as I've said, I'm still not really interested in 3DS, but I was recently looking at a video like the new 3DS versus the new 3DS XL. If I would have to go for one of those, I would definitely go for XL. The small one just looks like a toy. The big one looks like a proper piece of gear.
Well, it's the fact that the smaller one I can take with me. The big one I can't really go anywhere.
Get cargo pens or something. Problem
Still,
solved.
it's like I can't. Most of my situations, I can't really have that in my pocket.
Would somebody be accusing you of some wrongdoing?
No, it's just that it'll be too much in my pocket.
Are you happy, or do you just
That's
have the
racist,
3D, the new 3DS XL Master Hunter 4 Ultimate Special Edition bundle in
It'll
your
just
pocket?
be a lot in my pocket. It's like when I go to
Yeah,
work,
the
I
acronyms
can't really
alone.
bring that with me. While the other one I can bring, and then I can get whatever street passes I get.
Well, either way, I would personally definitely go for the XL version. It just
Yeah, well, that's what
looks
I'm ending
so
up
pro
with.
compared to the normal toy-looking one.
I'm also
Okay,
even
there's
looking
this
into getting a bigger memory card. I was worried that I got like a really big memory card for the original 3DS, but I only have I only bought a 16 gig. So I'm gonna buy a 32 and then transfer all my information over. You gotta get a micro, though.
Turn around so suddenly. God damn.
I hate it when they do that.
Oh, the only thing I'm gonna
then
hate is
it's
that you gotta freaking like literally take the whole thing apart to put a fucking memory card in.
Yeah, that's a little retarded. And
That is the worst design
let's
ever.
not forget-
Why can't they have a freaking thing I could just pop open and just stick it in.
yeah, like every device ever, since the memory cards became a thing. I don't understand that, and that whole thing about not including the charger is like, what? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's kind of messed up. It shows bad just policy.
I get the impression that might be because they're expecting it to be mostly people who own the
Exactly,
original
and
3DS.
that's the
Well, no, core
That's a big
problem.
mistake.
Like here in America, most people trade in their older shit for newer shit.
Yeah.
They can't do that now because they won't. You have to have the power.
I mean, it only makes sense if I would be, you know, exchanging. If I had any reason to switch to the Vita Slim, for instance, I would just get rid of the old one and get the new one, not keep them both.
Well, in my case, I was originally planning to keep both anyway for my 3DS because one, I can be portable, so I can take it to when I go to work or other places, and the other one's for home, or if I can go someplace where I'm pretty much not doing any work, so I can bring that big thing and play.
Gotcha. Oh, what did I just... Oh, that was a sad squirt. And now I'm messing up. Jesus Christ, what am I doing here? Okay, at least I don't have to worry about the horns anymore.
Yeah, because I just destroyed them with my destroyer.
Because I was working on them way too long. But yeah, as I've said, not including the charger, like, really... Assuming that everybody is just, you know, upgrading from the old one and keeping the old one, or maybe selling the old one without the charger is just, not very smart, I would say.
Well, they are at least GameStop are they're allowing you to trade in, and it'll only be €100.
But do you get to keep the charger from the old one?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
Because I think
Probably
the charger
not.
itself is another €20 or something.
Probably not, because they can't really sell the old one without the charger, even though the new one you can.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't sell mine without with the charger.
What I'm saying is that
Because
when
they
you
can't.
trade it in, they want to be able to sell the whole thing, like if it was like if they bought it new.
Yeah.
Like,
They-
have all the parts it needs.
They are, because like
It's
you know,
not
the new 3DS doesn't have the charger with it, so
Yeah, but
it's the
if
exact
person wants
same.
the old one.
I don't give a fuck about this logic. I just won't give
know.
it to them.
I know that's the key problem of what Nintendo created.
I don't understand that. And you know, all I see is... I'm not hating or anything, but all I see is people defending Nintendo for doing that because... Oh, everybody is upgrading from the old one, blah blah blah.
I do not defend them because most places I have to trade in the cord with it.
I mean, I
Like,
know,
if
I'm just
gonna
talking
buy-
about,
let's say
you
if I'm
know,
gonna buy the
YouTube
3DS from you.
comments and some article comments, stuff like that.
I'm gonna buy your old 3DS. I'm gonna want a power cord.
Yeah. And people are defending it, the fanboys, I would say. But imagine if Sony would do something like that with the Vita Slim or something. The all shit would just broke loose on them because they already are, you know, having a hard time with some of the community, but if they would do something like that, they would be just freaking destroyed.
I say Nintendo
by community.
needs to own a new one for that. They should not be given forgiveness.
I will say it's very short-sighted in the fact that this will encourage old people to buy the new 3DS XL. But what about new people who are just entering the market?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the problem. Now they gotta buy. It's not that expensive to get it, but just principle.
So you're getting a more expensive device, and then you have to, on top of that, you have to spend an additional like $20 to get the charger separately. Unless you want to get some shitty, you know, third-party.
The average person who buys stuff is not knowledgeable on what's going on.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Some people might just not know because they don't read shit on the internet. They don't watch videos. Some parent, for instance, might just go to the store. Oh, new 3DS. I'm gonna get them a new 3DS. Maybe you know, the last one broke or something, and boom, surprise, there is no cord.
Yeah, it's already the naming convention kind of confuses people. It's like new 3DS. Is that the same?
Yeah, like Wii U. Is that an accessory to the Wii?
Yeah. Well,
don't forget the new Super Mario Brothers.
Is it going to be a new Wii U?
I watched a video of some guy, and he said about the naming convention. Like, what if I'm gonna... I will want to buy this device like
second-hand
5 years from now, and I'm gonna type in new 3DS in Google. Guess what will show up? The actual new 3DS. That will not be new anymore.
But can you imagine when we get to?
I'm dead.
Oh, what? Whoa, but
wow.
What?
Yay!
Banana, what is going on?
Not everybody is happy about my death.
I am surprised.
Hey, I'm just surprised it's not me.
I meant to roll, but I was too slow and I didn't actually roll, so I did.
I meant to
that's
roll,
why I run around as a healing.
Too slow.
Just to heal myself.
Forward-thinking man.
I don't do it to help others. I do it to help myself.
Well, if it works for you, we'll manage somehow. But yeah,
well,
such a weird design decisions on Nintendo's part. With
Why
the new
didn't
3DS.
they call it the Super 3DS?
I would have liked
that. They had that naming convention before, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was always wondering why they did they drop the Super stuff. Like, everybody remembers Super Nintendo, and that was huge.
Another thing that pisses me off is that only the small 3DS has the white one with the freaking Super Nintendo buttons.
Oh yeah, I've noticed the XL version has like
it has black buttons.
Yeah, black or blue depending on
the letters are colored.
Depending on the model.
It's
I've
not the same.
seen a blue one, like a steel blue.
Colored.
I'm just saying,
so that's like, yes, I have my Super Nintendo in my hand. That should have been how they should have been pushing that thing. Be Super Nintendo for your hand or something. And then come out with a whole bunch of Super Nintendo like virtual console games for it, just for the hell of it.
That would be actually pretty nice. Like, ride that nostalgia train, because why not? It gets you more sales.
Oh,
but is at this point, I feel like the 3DS should be the new 3DS should be powerful enough to play pretty much the NES, Super NES, and maybe even N64 games.
Well, I would say N64 because NES and SNES, that's mobile, you know, level of emulation.
Yeah, that's why it should easily play those.
Easily.
But like, I think it also should play N64. It should be powerful enough for N64.
It's powerful enough to play the Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
Something that came out on the Wii.
Well, no, but that's
so guess
different.
What? You're talking about
when they like make a they remaster it for it. I'm talking about just the regular virtual console, where literally it's the same game but an emulator is helping you play.
The only thing I'll say is that the 64 might be difficult because the controller.
Well, they added
true. Nintendo 64 had some of the weirdest freaking controllers on this planet.
They added a C-stick,
They need to add the third stick if I can remember correctly.
Of N64 now.
I'm just saying that I can see why they wouldn't.
Too many buttons, really. Like the N64 controller is crazy with that.
Right now, it has enough controls for it. You just use the C stick instead of the C buttons.
But then, what's gonna happen to the? Oh wait, there is an analog stick.
It only has one analog stick. The N64.
Well, yeah. I think you're right. There should be enough buttons.
Yeah.
Replace the C buttons with the C stick. Even the name
it
freaking
can emulate
works.
the N64. It can't emulate the GameCube.
What's with the C, by the way? C buttons, C stick.
Well, the C button was in the N64.
Yeah, I know, but what is it with
camera GameCube? You know how you have D-pad is directional buttons? Then you have C stick, which is the camera button.
Ah, from camera. Okay,
that's what I assume.
Okay, I'm running at 0 health. That's somewhat unsettling. Maybe I should.
Well, no, the C stick was pretty much. It was supposed to be the C buttons. It's not really supposed to be camera stick. I don't know why they even called the button C button.
Yeah, that's my question. What's up with Nintendo and the C stuff? C stick, C buttons, blah blah blah.
I don't know why. It's just
so camera kind of made sense, but on the other hand, on N64, did that really stand for camera?
Why don't they call them B buttons?
Because
maybe it depends on the game.
Oh, I think I may have an idea of why they may have called it C stick, C buttons, because they already had A, they already had B, they already had X and Y.
Oh,
the other one would be
have X and Y?
Control.
Did N64 have X and Y?
No, they didn't.
They only had like A and B, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why. The C stick was pretty much the C button. I mean, the C buttons
just
were like
multiple C buttons.
4 different buttons.
Man, this is getting confusing.
GameCube took the C buttons and made them C sticks.
So I guess the weird naming conventions started right around that time. Well, which kind of makes sense, you know, GameCube for whatever reason and stuff like that. It was very not Nintendo-y, if you know what I mean.
Anyway, only other piece of Nintendo news that I'm particularly interested in is the fact that they are now bringing Wii games to the eShop.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wii.
I already got Super Mario Galaxy 2, but that's for my little brother.
Ah shit! I just can't roll through that stupid flame today.
It's difficult. The timing is very.
I already did it like 5 times this last few days, and this time it just doesn't work for me. Oh, there we go. He did.
Wasn't expecting that, but we got all of his parts.
Yep. Beautifully done.
The freaking
dissected to all health.
So next we're up against the king.
Yep.
Elvis himself.
There we go. Hello. Hail to the king, baby.
I'm Irish. We don't believe in kings.
I'm American. We don't believe.
No gods or kings. Oh,
only Zach.
Most of us don't even believe in our government.
No one believes in their government. I mean,
yeah,
who does?
You would have to be really optimistic.
You have the best jokes, Blue.
Well, I think like Canada does.
I'm in Canada, and I certainly don't.
Oh, okay, then I don't know.
Gamers, a nation of citicism.
Yeah, wasn't there a study like among gamers? There's the most atheists and probably, you know, people with more anarchistic views.
I wouldn't say anarchistic. One thing is that I've heard varying things.
Rebellious, maybe.
I've heard various things, including how actually we are some of the most empathetic people. But the problem is that it's all very... And there's enough data to support anything you damn well like.
That's also true. Depending who pays for the study.
Well, from my belief, a reason I could believe that we could be somewhat atheists is because we play in so many different worlds.
I think it's because we kill gods routinely.
Yeah. And there's so many games that show religion as really bad things. Like it's
or
easily
just
manipulated.
not even as a bad thing per se, but you know, a work of fiction, which in my opinion it actually is. But you know,
ultimately from like different games I've played, my thought on like when in the context of games is that religion is most cases manipulated to do the wrong things.
Well, they draw the inspiration from real life with that, that's for sure.
That's true.
The only time that people like religion is when, you know, they're dying and a cleric has to turn up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rez, please.
I like religion, but I feel most people who practice it don't even really practice it right. Like you know of the Republican Party that we have.
I've heard something, yeah.
Yeah, you occasionally talk about,
like they're video religious, but the other thing in like the Bible is the fact that you're supposed to help out your fellow man, but they don't believe in helping out people, giving out handouts or helping people. They said, "Fuck you, good luck. We're giving you the same chance as everybody else," which is no chance because we took all the money already.
And yet we don't believe in Darwinism, which is,
I know,
you know, the entire point. But anyway, shall we go back to games?
Yeah, because actually that subject ties well to the game I wanted to talk about today.
Specifically gods, if I can remember correctly.
Yeah, specifically gods, religion, angels, and that kind of stuff. I don't know how many of you ever even heard about this title. I know if it wasn't for the fact that I was randomly browsing through demos on PSN looking for Japanese games, like back in 2000, probably 12. I would say. Oh wait, somebody's dead?
Nope, he's
not
just
dead. I'm just laying down.
Oh, okay.
For a while.
Lazy bastard.
Just chilling. Yeah, so
I'm hoping if I play dead, it won't attack me.
So I was going through the list of some Japanese demos, but not manga, anime demos. Just, you know, something Japanese.
So he's talking about Senran Kagura right now, you know.
So yeah, not these kind of games. And I found something that sounded like something else entirely at first glance, which was El Shaddai as Ascension of Metatron. And I was like, what? Is that something about robots or something? Then I went and installed the demo and I was instantly blown away by the game. It has terrific art style and everything. And it's based solely on the Judeo-Christianic, you know, scriptures. So basically, your religious mythos of today. But they did some crazy shit with that. And I don't mean crazy as in it's so crazy and stupid. It's very creative, let me put it like that. And psychedelic as all hells, to be honest. And finally, after years of, like, I don't know, I kind of forgot about the game or something.
I think it came back up when I was talking to you about Okami.
When we were talking about Okami, exactly. And this game, just to give you the pedigree, just so you know how good it might be just from, you know, hearing those names. It was created by the dude who was the lead designer, graphics designer for Okami and Devil May Cry. Because, you know, Clover Studios, they made Okami, Beautiful Joe, you know, God Hand.
And they're now called Platinum.
Yeah, when Capcom closed them off, some of them went to create their own studio, Platinum Games. And the guy that is called, let me check the name out because I will mess it up anyway, Takeyasu Sawaki, who was the lead designer. He joined Ignition Entertainment and they made, in 2011, they made Ascension of Metatron, which is kind of funny because when you think about it, Platinum made Bayonetta, which is about a witch killing angels, and Ascension of Metatron is about Enoch, the archangel or angel Enoch, who goes back to Earth to hunt down the fallen angels. So. And it's also the same type of game, like, you know, Devil May Cry-ish combat and stuff. But it's so messed up, so psychedelic. It's the whole thing from the first like few seconds of the game. It just feels like a weird dream. Weirdly, in the best possible way, because it's also very pretty, and the music is amazing. The atmosphere is just so thick you could slice it with a knife. So that's my new, you know, gem in my collection. I finally got it, and I will definitely play the shit out of it this week. I'm actually thinking about doing, for the first time in ages, like doing a Let's Play, because that's a pretty rare game and so underappreciated.
Floor is my friend.
What? Oh, and
I hit the floor again.
I just squirted for no reason.
Okay, that's a bit too much information, Pixel.
Yeah,
with my pursuit.
Oh, okay.
Okay. In recent news, I found out that Sid Meier is coming out with another game, which it's coming out really soon in spring.
Sid Meier's Starships.
Spaceship, whatever.
Oh, Starships. Yeah, I've heard about it.
I want to play that so badly. That's like everything I wanted Beyond Earth to be from the get-go. Just traveling through space.
I'm just not into Sid Meier's games at all. Never was.
I'm into them.
I only like some strategy games. More like proper, maybe kind of twitchy RTSs, like, you know, Command & Conquer, StarCraft, this sort of games.
I always like the long, like, developing my own civilization type stuff.
That's exactly what it's not my cup.
I like the option where I can solve everything through peace.
Screw peace. I want to solve everything by sending 60 tanks.
All I'm saying is, give war a chance.
I don't want everything to lead to death.
Well, this is why you like Sid Meier's.
I want it to I want to rule through being an awesome fucking business owner and own everybody.
So EA, basically.
No, I was thinking Microsoft. Outside of video games. Microsoft owns everything outside of video games.
Apparently now they also own VR technology.
Yeah.
That went well for Google.
That's gonna be dangerous.
But frankly, from that presentation, I don't really know what they are trying to do with that thing, because it seemed more like an augmented reality tool for maybe to replace Google Glass in some ways, not so much for gaming.
Well, I could see it being really awesome for God games or RTSs.
I could see it being good for some casual fun, like those sort of people that actually like Kinect to play with their families and Dance Revolution or something.
Nah, because I prefer it for
they could, you know, play Sims 4, for instance, in, you know, augmented reality and dance with the Sims or whatever.
No, I actually could see something like, but it would be very specific things like, I don't know, Scrabble. Where you could only see your own.
The pet games are very popular among children, stuff like that.
Yeah, but everyone could see the board. Like, that wouldn't be an issue. But the VR allows you to only see your own tiles. I could see that being used in a variety of different ways.
Ooh, that could be like a messed up version of Risk.
Or, have you guys ever played Dead Space 3?
Not yet.
I
actually don't even want to
intend
play
to.
it. Yeah.
Okay, but there is one part. There are a couple of parts that really impress me, and one of them is the psychological effects in terms of your character, your companion will see things that you cannot see. They will have points where they are going completely and utterly insane and saying, "Holy shit, man! Did you see that? Did you see it?" And you can't see anything. What the fuck are they talking about? There's nothing happening, and
that was a good design decision, but it's.
But in which case, could you imagine that with VR?
The whole game itself, unfortunately, just doesn't.
Well, the problem is it turned too far away from the core of what Dark Souls. Each game has been doing that.
Yeah, but instead of a survival horror, it just became another shooter.
It's kind of like with Resident Evil. Each Resident Evil was changing. Well, after the fourth game. The fourth game I felt was like the best in changes to the series, but when they went to 5, they just like you went too far.
But also they took away some fundamental things like the attaché case, which actually looked like fun in itself. And they added a partner whose AI kind of sucks.
What I'm saying, the 5th game like fucked everything up. The 6th game, it like 1/3 of the game was awesome. That was the part where you was playing Leon, fighting zombies.
There we go.
Where you was fighting mutant mercenary dudes who, when you shoot your arm off, it becomes a tentacle or whatever. That kind of grew boring because everybody kept shooting at you.
Okay, so now that this is done, do you want to try the Infernal Duo next, or just leave it to the for the last mission? What say you?
How about we try something like we take on Cerberus first, and then
solo?
we try the duo.
Okay, Cerberus solo it is.
Yeah,
like, that would seem like a good
get back
way
to the
for me.
room. I'm going to run out real quick and feed the dog. It's just going to be quick. Dump it in his bowl and run.
I swear, Blue, one of these days I'm going to come to your house.
I'll let you meet my dog.
You'll let me eat your dog?
Meat.
I've heard eat, but okay.
I said meat.
Yeah, I heard eat too.
I'm gonna let you eat my dog.
It's not China.
That's racist.
Hey, that's not racist. That's what they do.
No, it's true.
Everyone's a little bit
that's
racist.
Korea.
See, racist would be if I said the Chinese restaurant nearby was feeding us dog. That's racist. But the country does eat dog.
It's a doggy dog world, man.
As pets.
Doggy dog world.
That's just simple logic. They don't consider dogs as pets.
It's just walking meat, friend.
Yeah. It's based on their Han Empire type stuff.
You tame it, so it trusts you. It runs after you and everything. But so it's like a portable buffet.
Oh, that made me think. I saw a clip of Robot Chica's DC special, the first one I think it was, and they was making fun of Aquaman. It's like Aquaman was saying, "I'm waiting for some friends to come over," and like Martian Manhunter came with a plate full of lobsters. And said, "Oh my God, these 2 lobsters just walked up to the door." Just cooked them.
I don't get it.
Good times, good times.
Because it's Aquaman, friend.
Yeah, because he was having 2 friends over, and they were lobsters. They knocked at the door, and Martian Manhunter just cooked them. Said, "Man, these lobsters are so good." He walked up to the door. I'll be right back.
Okay. So in the meantime, going back to El Shaddai for a second, there is something that SirBanana should be interested in. Because the music was composed by Masato Koda. You know that name, maybe?
I never recognize Japanese names and stuff like that.
Monster Hunter, Mega Man, the DMC, and plenty of others. So this guy has really some good content. Seriously, guys, if you will ever have the opportunity, if you have PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360, then definitely try this shit. I'm gonna try to show some clips in the podcast just so you can see how freaky dicky it is. And beautiful at the same time.
Yeah. A couple of interesting things is that I could clearly see that they decided, okay, we've got the guy who designed the artwork for Okami. Let's have it that some of the guy's weaponry resembles stuff from Okami. Because there's things like a disc that comes from your back and just whips around and hits things and stuff like that.
Kinda.
So
also, I forgot mentioning that the voice work is amazing. There's Peter Serafinovich doing the voice. The guy who most recently might be known from Guardians of the Galaxy as the Denarian Sael or something like that. Denarian, whatever the last name is. But the interesting thing is, you can switch to the original Japanese voiceover right from the start. There is no like extra patch, DLC, whatever. Not many games do that lately. But again, that was 2011.
Let's see. What else did I have to talk about? Nothing really, if you don't want me to get misogynistic.
I don't care. Let the white knights, you know, have something to chew on.
Okay.
The social justice warriors.
I was on Twitter, and I saw the wife of Total Biscuit, also her real name's Jenna Bain, talking about this game called Honey Pop, which is meant to be basically a dating sim, but where all the girls in it are basically, think of Geordie Shore.
Who?
Geordie Shore, basically the most white trash pieces of shit you can imagine. Some of them, anyway.
Wait, Jersey Shore?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Jersey Shore, and then there's Geordie Shore as well, which is the English version. And that's unfair.
That one I didn't know, so yeah.
The initial thing that she showed was very bad. It was basically a couple of girls saying, "Oh my god, you cut my hair wrong. I cut it always like this, you stupid bitch. Oh, shut up, you udderless cow. Walk away. You better turn around and walk." Just, you know, dumb shit. I played it, and the thing is, bar those few pieces of dialogue, and some parts aren't bad, some of them are terrible, some are okay. It's nearly not a dating sim as much as it's almost like Bejeweled. So it's rather interesting but strange.
What platform
also,
is it on? What platform?
It's on PC, but I believe that it's probably, well, it was either originally intended for or will be coming out on mobile devices as well.
Oh, it sounds like a mobile device game, that's why I asked.
But one of the other big points of contention is that there's the Steam version, which is, you know, it's patched and all that kind of thing, and then there's the non-Steam version, where you have nipples and boobies and vaginas.
Oh yeah, because Steam has that infamous thing about not selling AD games. AO games, I mean.
AO, yes. And I'd actually heard something about that. There was a game, most AO games, it turns out, are basically hentai games that are about, you know, sex.
Which is funny because there's quite a lot of those on Steam. But you know how they get around it? They simply
patch it in.
No, they simply don't get the rating.
But what was it again? There was another game recently which has apparently gotten the AO thing, but it is not a hentai game. It is a game that's just exceptionally violent.
Yeah, hatred from
hatred.
The Polish developer.
Hatred.
It's a shame of this nation, seriously.
Really? That sucks. But basically, it'll be interesting to see if that will be not allowed on the store because it's AO, or if it will be allowed because it's not about sex.
Well, the general consensus is it will be either not allowed, because I don't know if the viewers, listeners know the story, so this game was pulled out of Steam by Doug Lombardi, I believe, one of the CEOs of Valve. But then after the whole uproar about censorship and shit, Gabe Newell gave this game a go again. And there was a speculation that maybe he knew that this game will get AO rating, so it will not be on Steam anyway, so you know, in the end, Valve wins, kinda.
Well, to be honest, I don't know anything about this game. I haven't looked anything up, and
you need to check out the trailer, because that will be sufficient. Like, literally, the game is... I mean, there were games like that, like Postal, but Postal 1 was just batshit crazy just for the heck of it. Postal 2 was more, I would say, more like a hardcore joke, whatever.
Almost a parody.
Almost, yeah. The violence was literally a parody. Like, I remember a scene when I was playing it. I had to go to a church to, you know, to the confessional and everything. There was a huge line, so I just poured gasoline on the whole line, you know, through a match, and all of a sudden Taliban's attacked the church anyway, so, you know, it was just a barrel of stupid violent fun.
The only thing I know about Postal is at one point you use a cat as a silencer.
Yes, you put it on your shotgun or your M16, and you use it as a silencer, and the silencer goes meow, and in the end it just shoots out of the barrel, you know, when it's quote-unquote depleted and explodes in somebody's face.
How would you like it if somebody called you a lunatic?
Yeah, like, I can see... it's not the kind of thing that I'd ever want. Like, I'm okay with some ultra-violent games, like Prototype. That game's great fun.
This, as I've said, Postal 2 is like almost like cartoon fun. It's so over the top. It's just making fun of itself. Actually, it is making fun of itself. Like, there are protesters outside of the virtual, you know, developer's office protesting, you know, the Running with Scissors studio and the game and everything. So it's super self-aware and stuff like that. But Hatred, on the other hand, you've got a dude with greasy, long black hair in a, you know, leather trench coat, going on a rampage because he hates everybody, and he goes around killing police, women, children, whoever. And literally, the scenes in there are like, he picks the chick by the hair, puts a gun in her mouth, and there's a... Because the game, I don't know if you know that, is like a typical dual stick shooter, so from a top-down perspective. But during those scenes, camera zooms in, he grabs the chick by the hair, puts the gun in her mouth and just pulls the trigger, or does almost the same with a policeman, just with a shotgun and literally blowing his head off.
You know what I would have done differently? I would have made it where you're going around killing demons, but at the end of the game you find out you was really killing people.
Well, that would actually give this some sort of depth. Like, this guy maybe has a mental illness, you know, he sees things.
Well, I'd say that he would have mental illness anyway.
But
like, I know a lot of people who don't like anyone.
But you know,
the fact that nobody will, unless you get to the end of the game, you would not even know that.
Yeah, so that would be the shocker in the end. The context is completely different, exactly.
You're not really in your own visual sight, see you shooting innocent people.
I'd already thought of that for a different game. Like, there's another game, I don't know if it does it, but I remember just... Do you know Alice Madness Returns?
Haven't played it yet. I loved the first Alice. I loved it to bits. Seriously.
But the thing is that quite a lot of it is apparently nearly... You're in an insane asylum, and you're doing all the kind of things in your own head. So I could see very easily how it could be you wake up from it all, and the card soldier you just decapitated was actually a nurse.
Ah, yeah.
So it's one thing
But that's like a schizophrenic vision. But this is a whole different story. You know, you would know this would be the huge plot twist near the end or at the end of the game. But here there's nothing.
Spec Ops did. Spec Ops The Line.
Spec Ops The Line. I still have to play this game. From what I've heard, is awesome. I do have it in my Steam library, and I will definitely have to give it a go one day.
Yeah, I'm planning to play that one.
From what I've seen, heard, and from many different people, including Yahtzee, including Total Biscuit, you know, people that I actually believe when they say stuff about games, and they loved it to bits because it's apparently one of the most ambitious third-person shooters when it comes to the story and depth and emotions and all that. And, you know, morals being questioned. By the way, 3, 2, 1, go. So I will definitely have to give this game a go.
See, in a roundabout way, that's because that company, that developer is working on Dead Island 2. That's part of my reason to be tempted to even try it.
These are the same developers?
The same developer for Spec Ops The Line is doing Dead Island 2.
Ah, I didn't know that. I must admit.
Okay. Have we heard about your week, Banana?
Yeah. So, for what I've been doing in the past week, well, I've been training for a Super Smash Bros. Tournament that's in the store that opened nearby not too long ago. And, well, we were about 12 competitors, and in the end, I lost.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really, but
like you got like second, third place or something, or
no, it's the competition was of a completely other league than mine. Like, if I could say, I'm a good player, but I'm a good casual player. All the people that were there are all hardcore players.
Like
I had
MLG
nothing
pros?
on anyone there.
Ouch.
Girl one?
And I remember you talking all the time about practicing and stuff like that. Poor
Yeah,
dude.
and I couldn't because the TV was always taken by my mom watching frickin' Gilmore Girls. But anyway,
Now
so
you curse Gilmore Girl for destroying your chances.
Well, that's a shame. But I guess you at least had some fun there.
yeah, I had plenty of fun, and even joked with a few of my friends that happened to be there. And the funny part is that before the tournament even began, I made a joke with almost all of my friends that I had that one person I knew in college that if he was there, I was gonna lose a tournament no matter what I tried. Because we played Super Smash Bros. Brawl a long time ago, and he literally woofed my ass so freaking hard, it's like I didn't even hit him at all anyway. And well, when that guy showed up at the tournament, he like tapped my shoulder, and like I turned around and saw him. There was that silence while we were staring at each other. I threw my controller on the seat. I'm like, fuck this shit, I'm out. But yeah, really, that guy was there, and he's like the highest is reached in the top players in all of Quebec is top 5, and he's been able to stably stay at like top 7, top 8 of all players in Quebec in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. So I had no chance of winning before the tournament even began.
Ouch.
And when I saw the competition, I was like,
So how many people took part in that anyway?
What?
How many people took part in that tournament?
Like 12, something like that. Maybe 16, I don't exactly remember, but there were plenty of people, and almost all hardcore players.
Who even organized that? Like, was that some sort of official event?
It wasn't even an official event, I think. It was just a store nearby that was making this for promotion to get their store a little more well-known, but it just so happened that every freaking hardcore player around decided that it'd be the perfect occasion to play and win the prize.
Well, figures. If that was like the only tournament in town, then kinda get it.
Yeah, so like, even my friend that was top 5, he didn't know about the store as far as I understood, and he was invited there by someone else who knew about the contest, just because they knew he was gonna kick everyone's ass.
My goodness. Well, at least it was your... But wait, did he actually win?
Yeah, he did win.
Oh well, so yeah, as I said, as I was trying to say, at least it was your friend, not some random bloke.
Well, everybody there was friendly, so I don't think it will have bothered me whoever won. We're all friendly and we all had a good time.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, that's not a highly, toxic environment kind of game, like, let's say, League of Legends or something.
Oh, Jesus, no. No, I still had my highlights and shining moments that, like for example, against that one player who was Captain Falcon, who I ended up fighting twice in the same tournament because somehow when I went to the losers bracket, he went into it right after me and he ended up being my opponent in the losers bracket as well. So I actually only fought him during the tournament, and he was already way out of my league, so I lost all 4 matches against him. But anyway, he was using Captain Falcon, and I was using Little Mac on our first fight, and I managed to kill him using his KO punch. I don't know if you are familiar with what this is.
Not really, not me at least.
No. If you know about the Punch-Out games, Little Mac has that one little bar that you can maybe consider it like a Destroyer Gauge equivalent, that he gets a freaking powerful punch that if he pulls off, it will deal a whole lot of damage. And in Smash Bros, what it does is that any opponent, even if it's as low as like only 30% damage, dependent on the weight of the opponent, he's automatically KO'd, no chance of survival. And I managed to pull that punch on his face somehow, which is something extremely hard to do, and you have to be precise and look for even the slightest opening to be able to hit your opponent with it, and I've managed to pull it off. I've killed him using the KO punch, and the whole room was roaring, like the one KO punch that actually landed in the whole tournament or something, or anyway, the first that did hit. And there was that other time, well, 2 other times that I've KO'd him, both using counter moves. Like, he was using very rapid moves. I had to be pretty much predicting exactly when he was gonna attack and how fast he was gonna do it, and 2 times I've managed to use a counter to KO him. That also got 2 pretty big reactions when I pulled those off.
Just out of curiosity, was it archived anywhere? Did I put something on YouTube or their website?
Not, I don't think. We didn't even save the replays for the matches, so I don't think so.
Ooh,
but there might have been a few pictures taken,
that's some
a few moments filmed,
tournament,
that's about it.
I would say. Organization.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't a big tournament, like, for huge players and everything.
Yeah, but
it was
still,
just,
you know, it's
promotion.
Especially, I would say, especially if it's a promotion, they should have archived it and put somewhere. To say, hey, look what we did here in the past. Maybe we will do more of that.
Yeah, they did talk to us about making more, but changing the rules a bit, so it takes so much time. But at least now I know what kind of competition to expect at this store.
Tough.
Yep. If I go there, it's for fun, not for glory.
You have to train like Little Mac.
Or not train at all and just take it for fun. I mean, like, the 4th fight I had, I knew I was gonna lose, so I was like, screw it, I'm gonna choose random as my character and deal with it.
I interrupt this broadcast to issue a following warning. NevarrBlue is a highly trained professional. What you will see here is an example of what can happen if you stand idly next to a demon and then run straight into its attack. Watch closely and remember, don't do this at home.
And deal with it.
Ground is my friend.
You never learn, do you, Blue? Where the hell are you?
I learned how to fall in style.
Well, that's some skill, I guess.
See, I strike a pose when I fall.
Strike the pose.
That was because you were
Cue Madonna music.
And so, if I may continue on another topic about what I've been doing during the past week, well, I've been going to see my best friend back in Montreal because we have a project in common that we want to make a video game or 2. And
or 2?
Yeah, I have 2 different projects, but one project taking more precedence over the other. But yeah, we've been talking about it a lot. There's already many concepts about it that we've come up with, and I'm mostly working on the story, combat system, and everything. I've got a lot already for it.
Dang it.
Even background information. And right now we're trying to think of making drawings, concept art for the actual characters and the environment. And since I suck at drawing, but he on the other hand, he went to college specifically in visual arts and to become a graphic designer. I've asked for his help when it comes to making graphic designs for my characters. And so I've come to see him, and we've talked about it a bit, and I've started working on making descriptions so that he could start drawing my characters. And namely, he talked about something else related to Assassin's Creed. One of its creators, Patrick something, I don't remember his last name, but had left Ubisoft and started trying to start a team on his own. And he was thinking maybe if we could develop the project big enough to present it to him, we could maybe get his help to develop the game.
Wow, that's nice. That's ambitious. Wow.
Yep. So we've been, besides making the artwork, I've just got to work a bit more on making the game a bit more complete, because as I've told him, when presenting a project, the one thing you want is not to come with something and like the person say, well, it looks all very interesting, but this is not something we can work on right now. You'd have, like when you present a project, that the person can, if they accept the project, they can immediately start working on it like a few weeks later or something. They don't want something that like is gonna take a few months before there is
before even the concept is ready.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So still got a bit of work to do. I've been trying to work a lot on.
That's definitely interesting. So I hope you're gonna bring some good news soon.
I wish you luck. I'm trying to do the same thing.
Still a lot of work to do. So
except I'm kind of doing it on my own.
Yeah. After I'd been looking for help, the first thing I did when the project came to my mind, mostly because it's important to try to get someone to have some outside criticism instead of just
definitely.
True.
Well, he's offered good criticism.
At least you know, get somebody from the internet to cooperate with you in one way or another.
Yeah, I've already explained my combat system to a few of my friends to see if this is the kind of thing that they will be interested in playing. So far I've got pretty much only positive reactions, maybe a few feedbacks, but they were mostly in agreement.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And thanks, Dara.
No problem.
There's still that one last head to get, but...
And horns. Oh shit.
I can jump over it. I can jump over it.
Ouch. That's done.
Ooh, I made it away.
No, he turned around. Wait, did I break anything? No, I didn't.
No, his arm.
Son of a... I was in such a good spot to hit him with the destroyer, but no, he had to twitch.
So, is that all the news from everyone?
Headless, man. Well, I've been working with the Unity engine lately with my job, and I'm learning it, and I'm planning to use it for my own game design.
Did I get the horn? Yes!
Yep. He's done.
That's usually a pretty good way, because at work, you know, you learn the basics. You do what you have to do anyway, but then you can utilize this knowledge.
Because we're using a plugin called Orc, and it's an RPG plugin. It was between that and this other RPG plugin called Ply Games. Both looked interesting, but Orc has the more like developed RPG systems. Currently trying to figure out ways to make it do certain things that I wanted to do.
Yeah, that's the best excuse. I do that at work sometimes when I'm working on my shit. Like animations and stuff. So
well, my core thing, a lot of the stuff it can do what I would need it to do for the game I want to make. Only thing I'm trying to figure out is how to make it like be able to switch between weapons, because I want to have the character have 3 weapons at least that they can switch to in the midst of battle.
Yeah, as I've said, I'm frequently doing the same stuff at work. Like I'm working on something at work, but
run.
with the intention of both, you know,
bomb him down.
Finishing the job at hand, but also learning something that I can use. Learning, or maybe even doing something that I can use and just changing it at home for my own purposes.
Oh, he's limping.
Yeah. Finally.
Right now, I'm thinking of having a system where you can customize the gun, like 3 parts of the guns. You can change the stats.
Like put a feather on it.
Yes. But now I was thinking more like in the line of like the barrel, the scope, or something, or some other stuff.
No, I understand.
Like
I remember you were talking
Monster Hunter 3.
I was remembering how you were talking about how you'd have this aesthetic, and it was because you had to beat about 1 billion very difficult. I'm hitting him. There, down.
No, that's for the clothes. That's for the clothes. See, because I feel like for the setting I'm using, clothes are not going to be that important to your stats as much. So it makes sense to have like ridiculous reasons to get them, just to be awesome.
It's always cool to actually have a lot of customization options in game. Not just during the character creation, but just getting some cool stuff to wear.
Oh yeah, I'm all about that. Sure, I can figure out whatever way to make it have like clothes customization. That's not the hard part.
Okay, speaking of hard parts, now it will be this guy and Chthonian Fiend.
I will be switching to my gauntlets. No one needs this spear.
Nice.
I still need a quick.
Actually, this DLC mission is awesome if you need Mitama, if you're collecting those, because this guy drops a hell lot of them. Mitamas that normally you would have to get and fight something else entirely.
Yeah, like he also drops things like the short foot, which is something you only get from the Umberpod.
Same for the body parts. Like you've got perpetual vacuums, which normally come only from Amaranthine King, I believe.
Perpetual vacuum?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Amaranthine King.
So you can get a lot of those here, only if just for the money, because it's actually good cash. So you're getting 12k, over 12k for the mission itself, and then a lot of cool body parts to sell if you're short on cash.
I got gold nugget and pure Haku.
Yeah, that's pure money.
Okay, for this part you're going to need to put something like a ring announcer. In this corner, the 4 dumbasses. In that corner, 2 very large annoyed demons.
Remember, never rob a donut shop.
Yeah, there was something like that happened to my mom, that in a nearby donut store, there was a robbery, and then the police came in here and arrested them, and we're like, thank God you came so quick. Well, we were here for the donuts, so that guy just happened to be there.
Just a random stroke of luck.
When planning a crime, the important thing is location, location, location.
Yes. But yeah.
Oh yeah, make sure you have a map.
Speaking about Toukiden, we've got the pre-order bonuses announced. I don't know if you saw that, guys, or not.
I saw.
So I did.
We've got plenty of cool stuff, but I'm definitely going for the ones that you can get either from buying the digital copy of PSN or getting the physical copy from Shop 2, which is where I usually buy my physical copies anyway. So that's pretty cool. You get 2 pieces of armor, a set of Tenko gloves, and a Chthonian Fiend mask, which is obnoxiously huge, by the way. But I'm mainly after the Tenko pose, because obviously we already have the Tenko mask from the first game. That was a bonus for...
they're gonna have the foot and the clothes, and you're just gonna be walking around as a furry.
Yeah, thankfully they don't have that whole thing.
I have seen images of a teddy armor.
Yeah, but I've got a feeling, because that teddy was something very specifically Japanese, so I've got a feeling this is for some kind of a event or something, and only Japanese players will get it. That's my at least best guess. I don't think we're gonna get that bear because that bear is
creepy.
It's completely unknown here. That's the thing. Because that's some mascot from something else. I don't even know what exactly, but I've seen it before. It looks almost as weird, yeah, I would say. It's screaming constantly. It's in a constant state of perpetual pain.
Forte.
This is that game where you was a teddy bear killing other teddy bears.
Naughty Bear.
Naughty Bear, yeah. I always wanted to try this game, but never actually got around to it.
I would never bother.
Just for random shits and giggles, to be honest.
Teddy bear on teddy bear violence.
So yeah, so these are the pre-order bonuses for Kiwami, for shop2.net and PSN itself. But then for game, you've got additional armor for Slayers fashioned after the newcomers Soma and Reki. Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw one. There.
Wait. Oh yeah,
Man,
there it is.
Man, stop getting away!
There's the fucker. I see him somewhere else, so I'm gonna shoot his balls. Oh, never mind, he's dead. But didn't drop anything.
Sufu.
Light sprite.
I got a Miyatama.
Mitama? Oh, you lucky bastards.
Same here.
Lucky
shit,
bastards. Now we
thanks for knowing us seeing that.
definitely have to win this. Remember, guys, we're winning this.
Yeah, that's messed up. I'm dancing in a circle and he comes up and just says,
You say that like we're not gonna win it.
Whoa.
I'm kinda like putting a spell on this because the disconnections and stuff, that was kinda bullshit. I'm trying to convince the game not to act up. Or network or whatever that problem was. So yeah, from game in Europe you can get armors of the newcomers from Kiwami, Soma and Reki.
I wonder if they have the America's pre-order stuff set up.
We do. Just let me get to it.
Oh, thank you very much.
In Europe's independent retailers through Centersoft, you've got armors of Toukiden's 6 original NPC Slayers. So all the Hatsuos and Okas and everybody.
Nice.
And moving to North America, from GameStop, you've got Reki and Soma, so the newcomers. And from Amazon, you've got also Tenko Gloves and Chthonian Fiend Mask. Which makes me think that probably in Europe from Amazon you'll also get those too.
What's the PSN?
The PSN is the same. The Tenko Gloves and Chthonian Fiend Mask.
Okay, so I guess GameStop. I don't like GameStop.
So Unicorn, because that Soma guy has like a horn on his freaking head, because why not? Unicorn and for your character it would be Reki, which is the new female gunner character.
No,
wait, no, Reki I think is the one with Nagitana. Shit, I don't remember now. But I think it is. Explosion! Right in your face. Well, arm to be exact. Eat that, Serby. And eat this as well.
Okay, I'm gonna try to see if I can blow off one of its heads.
But on less Toukiden related news, but still sort of related to action hunting games at least. Dara, you wanna take over?
Recently I was looking up God of Year 2 under Google News, and I came across something very interesting.
Something that confirms my suspicions.
Well, it's very, it seems as though it makes it very unlikely, though. Either way, it's that the name Rage Burst has been patented, or copyrighted, yeah, registered. For the entire world by none other than Namkai Bandco. Bandai Namco. Why? Yeah. Oh my God, what's wrong with me?
Namkai Bandco.
And to further another piece that just came up is that another trailer for Rage Burst has come out with English subtitles.
It's because of the Chinese version.
Yeah, but when you're Bandai Namco and you already have English version of the game, they will just release it here.
I'm hoping they're not doing what they did with Sword Art Online.
Which is?
I want it to be more of what they did with Tales of Heart, where they do add voice and everything. Oh no, wait, yeah. Add voice and everything.
But so you want dubs?
Well,
is that
the
what
core
you're
difference is Sword Art Online had like Splinglish or like
Spanglish.
It's like it was messed up.
English.
At least get
English.
If the translation is correct and
Spanglish
perfect,
is a Spanish
I don't
English,
need the sound.
So that's something else.
But if the translation is all discombobulated, I think you just gypped us.
I'm thinking they will do a better job. A, because they've got a lot of backlash for what they did with Sword Art Online, and B, well, in the original God Eater Burst, not only the translation was fine, but the voice fucking acting was brilliant.
Yep. Was it Japanese voices or English?
No, English. Amazing English voiceovers.
Which is something
that people over.
Yeah, you don't see that every day.
Give us the choice of being Japanese or English.
Okay, but either way, whatever else, it seems as though it's going to be coming out here.
Yeah.
So awesome. Rejoice. We have another thing that's going to be coming to the podcast, perhaps.
I felt as soon as they announced that it was coming for PS4, it was coming. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, because they always bring everything that's PS4 related. Izanami!
I got Izanami too! What the heck?
Izanami!
I got Izanagi.
I got nothing.
Awesome, another one. Closer to that platinum every day. I'm missing like 30 by now, I think.
Dear Lord, this is... I know you don't like Pokemon, but this is like a more evil form of Pokemon, because it's complete chance that you'll come across the thing or not.
True.
Is it wrong that I want someone to make like a Monster Hunter Pokemon?
But on the other hand, you don't really need all of that. But basically, you just go figure out your build, then you figure out which Mitama has the skills that you need, and you just go hunting that. For us, it's just about the platinum / in-game medals, pretty much.
But that's the same kind of thing as in Pokemon. You could just, find your team and stick with that, but you eventually want to find them all. You want to catch them all.
I always felt like Nintendo should have had something similar to trophies. They could have called it gold coins or stars.
How about no?
Green mushrooms.
Like gold coins or stars.
There is no reason to have achievements. If the game wants achievements, it'll put them in. It'll have its own
But it's
form.
not. I must agree that after actually as I started actively pursuing some of the achievements, some of the platinum, some of the whatevers, it's not the same if it's just in game. I want this shit in my profile if I worked on this hard.
Or like badges or something you can just show. It doesn't even have to be a whole
something that stays with you. You don't have to beat the game. You don't have to launch the game to see your stuff or show to your friends. Just have it in your profile globally.
It doesn't necessarily have to be like way trophies or achievements are. It could be something like you beat the game and you get a badge and you can show it off on your profile.
But the problem is just you know that games will abuse it and do things like you get 15 gamer points. You press the start menu.
Well,
no, that's
they are going away from that bullshit
in the game.
Yeah, but Nintendo aren't going to say we're going to make the achievements. It's always the game developer.
Well, if they want to just Nintendo only game.
But Nintendo can say, okay, from now on.
Well, that's why I said it's only one badge.
For the completion of the game, right?
Yeah.
That's what you mean.
You complete the game, you get a badge.
There's a new game plus with extra content. Then you'd have to complete that too somehow?
No, you just beat the main game.
That's the problem, is that some of them are actually good. Like, it's an actual skill-based achievement. It's something that, yeah, I was able to do this. This was fucking impossible, and I did it. And then there's stuff that's like, oh, you press the A button 50 times. And, like, there will be some that are actually proper achievements.
That depends on how, you know, imaginative the developers get with that.
Yeah, but
well,
it's just
that. Okay,
if they,
what I wanted.
It depends if they have like a.
It has a meta game. Ultimately, it's you walking around, but like if it was something like a meta system was in the Wii U, I probably would use my Wii U a little bit more.
Basically, though, those kind of trophies depend on if whether the developer is like in the mindset of everybody gets a trophy, like trophy for the losers and stuff like that, or if they actually want to reward you with something special for doing something special.
Yeah, there was something like that in Xenoblade Chronicles. Like, for example, there was an achievement for if you decided to jump from a very high height and killed yourself in doing so. You had an achievement, but in completing this achievement, you also earned XP.
Or you know how on like the 3DS you can get costumes for your Mii character. If they had something like that for the
Smash Bros.
For Wii U, for like let's say, oh, you beat such a game, you get a costume based on that game for your Mii.
I guess my thing is that if the game is good, you don't need achievements to do the thing. Why the fuck would you need achievements? All you need to do is that, oh yeah, I beat the game.
Because,
or, oh yeah,
in my
I was
opinion,
able to do this.
Sometimes you don't even think about some of those stuffs, and this is another way of encouraging you to, you know, to challenge yourself in some way.
Well, to be honest, achievements focus me more on going back to that game. If I end up forgetting about the game, I'm more likely to come back because there's achievements and trophies compared to other games.
Random, weird, or super challenging shit I haven't tried yet or I haven't done. Then I check my trophy list and oh, there's some challenge here and there. Okay.
Okay, guys,
I'll be honest. Since they added trophies and achievements,
trophies are kinda like, you know, back in the day, in the NES, SNES era. Like somebody coming over and showing you, oh, look, I can do this shit, and for you it's super, you know, challenging to do it. You try, you finally are able to complete that, and maybe show that off to other friends or something, and that was the quote-unquote achievement. But you know, since now the couch co-op days are almost gone. There's another incentive.
Well, it's just like, okay, when I used to play games back in like the pre-achievement and trophy age, I would just beat the main story and I'll be done with it.
Yeah, quite often.
Trophies made me go back and do other stuff, play things on higher difficulties.
And just for this. Ultimately, that's the goal, that's the original idea.
It's so many games out there that sometimes I don't have the time to do it, but trophies give me the motivation to go back and do it.
It just the problem is only appears when some developers decide, oh hey, instead of incentivizing players to do something hard to do or whatever, or maybe sometimes near impossible, we're just gonna give them trophies for squashing their butts while they're playing the game or whatever. Something that doesn't require effort. Oh, you pressed start in main menu, new game showed up. Here's a trophy.
See, my favorite trophies are stuff for like the BioWare games, where it's like, it kind of makes you do another playthrough.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a skill-based thing. It could be something like making completely different choices to the choices you made throughout the game.
And your choice right now was to lie down on the ground again.
Yep, I got a trophy.
Everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah, and in which case, that's why I don't believe you deserve them.
I do. I got a trophy for
being lazy,
face planning, like a star, like a boss,
dying like a boss.
You know, I'm gonna put that in. I think I might put something like that in my game.
Trophy for dying, like a boss?
Face planting like a boss. It's not. It can't be just dying. It has to be face planting.
Suddenly your game has skateboards.
Pretty much, it's like you have to make a really horrible bad jump, and pretty much your character trips and busts his face open.
Oh, face open.
Don't
His face won't be open.
tripping.
What I meant is that your face is going to smack right dab into the floor.
I actually saw somebody busting his face open. It was not pretty.
Oh, I think I saw the same thing.
Yeah, that some Arab guy jumping headfirst into the water and hitting concrete block or something.
Same thing. Saw the same thing.
My
Yeah,
God,
no thanks.
Nothing to laugh about, seriously.
Yeah, but the surprising part is that they actually survived that.
For a while.
Damn.
Unfortunately,
maybe
only for a while.
Face planting like a boss.
Or maybe fortunately, because I don't know what sort of living was ahead of him with his face split open, like a freaking necromorph from Dead Space.
Anyway, any other news?
Aside from God Eater 2 and the Toukiden Kiwami bonuses, I don't have that much right now. I'm gonna get around to it for the Vita news.
Well, I know there's some. Hopefully, there's going to be news that I'm waiting for on February 5th.
Which is?
Information about Persona 5, but they could also fuck us over and say, here's more about Dance All Night.
Oh my
I've
God.
heard that there's also racing all afternoon.
What?
No, I would be honest, I would love a Persona racing game.
That's the thing, though. I'm actually not sure. I remember hearing this, and I'm not sure if it was a joke or not.
No,
Sounds like a joke to me, to be honest.
It was a joke, because they're making fun of the fact
Very
that
trolly joke.
they're literally making games that nobody
I died
asked
because I got...
Whoa! Banana got a laser to the face.
all night.
What happened?
Oh
I
yes,
went to pray.
you were at the stone.
Yes,
but
I prayed. He immediately used his freaking skill lock thing. It got me stuck in place, and while I was stuck in place, he blasted me with fire. He comboed me like with 2 attacks while I couldn't move even at all.
He did not like you.
He's
Yeah.
nearly dead, though, so... Do you want the finishing blow, Banana?
No, it's alright.
Okay.
Whatever you want.
I don't care.
Yeah, nobody asked for Dance All Night.
Nobody what?
Nobody asked for Dance All Night.
Yeah, that's
I
my
think
belief as
Japan
well.
did.
Oh
No, I don't
yeah,
think
I guess
Japan
maybe.
asked for that.
Japan asks for all kinds of shit. For example, Honey Pop.
Next time, Persona dress
Now,
up.
if it was like Persona dating sim, yeah, that's Japan.
Persona is a dating sim.
Yeah.
That's dating sim, the dating sim.
It's not
Is
much
what
of-
you're asking for
No.
there.
When I mean dating sim, is the type of dating sims they like, which at some point it turns into a porno.
With lollies?
Lita is the bane of my
Please help.
existence.
Oh, stereotypes. But on the
Hey,
other
Joe.
note, we freaking did it! Hooray for the
Yeah, I got
first
Tycoon.
freaking time! For the first freaking time on the podcast, we beat this goddamn mission.
Ah, that hurt.
And I've even got Mitama with me, and I will have to open my Android app and put it in just so I don't forget.
But you know what the next step is? We should be doing the ancient Uguya missions.
Ancient Ugaya, yeah.
Which ones are those?
Always triple monsters.
Oh,
4. Quadruple.
Or,
Like-
or quadruple, yeah, but not at the same time at first, only later, during the stage.
Like, one of them is Blade, then Bloodhunter plus Pyrogrander, then Abyssal Fiend. The other is Frostwing, then 2 Bloodhunters, then 1 Amaranthine King.
dear God.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yes.
Oh yeah. With that whole event,
But
that's
look at
supposed
those,
to come out
look
for
at the armor, like it's glorious.
Yeah, that
And
whole event
weapons,
for-
the weapons are also pretty glorious, to be honest.
cool. Oh yeah, that event for the Persona thing is supposed to be like 30 hours of news, but people are joking around saying that it's gonna be like 20 hours of Dance All Night, 5 hours of this, and like 2 minutes of Persona 5 trailer.
Well, it's still better than the freaking Freedom Wars event and the huge Freedom Wars announcement.
Well, okay. The thing is with Freedom Wars, it already fucked up. Persona hasn't totally fucked up, but they keep jerking around their fan base, and we keep coming back for more.
And it's because they can, and they know that they are going to deliver something that's good.
Yes, that's the thing. They make good shit, but they're jerking us around, and then they give us something that nobody really wants. There are gonna be people who's gonna get it, but people didn't really want that game to be made, but they'll get it anyway because Persona's name slapped on it.
And to be completely fair, was anybody really asking for a Persona fighting game?
No.
That's another that's like random stuff out of the blue. So
but people bought it. I know because I bought it. Because they added story.
So you're the problem.
You're the part of the problem.
Well, it's because they added story and it extends upon the story from the Persona 4 games and 3.
You see this, Blue? This is how I feel right now. You are the problem.
Come on, join us, Blue, so we can wrap this up. Not behind us. Yeah, right in front of us.
Yeah, it's all about me.
Show us
some. Watch that ass.
Show us some pensu.
Yeah. She isn't wearing those.
The other way.
This is no pantsuit.
I like her skin tone though. Nice choice, Blue.
What? I have to represent.
But it's a very specific, you know, tone. That's pretty uncommon, to be honest. But really nice. But yeah, enough about skin. Kinda, yeah. Well, not Indian, like Native American Indian.
No, I'm talking about Middle Eastern.
For me, it looks more
black.
More Native American.
I made her a black chick.
Well, it is obviously at first glance, but or never mind.
There are many tones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't be
among
racist.
black people, there's many tones.
I know. It's a nice one.
See, like the real black is like in Africa, and you can't see them if it's nighttime.
Except for when they smile.
Oh yeah.
And that's just a pair of floating eyes and teeth.
Where do you think they got the
like
chest
Assassin's Creed? So you're saying that black people invented Assassin's Creed Unity?
No, I was talking about. You remember Cheshire Cat?
Oh yeah, he also was just a huge floating grin and a pair of eyes.
That's where they got the idea from.
When he wanted to.
I feel wrong, but I'm black, so I get away with it.
Exactly. And I don't feel really bad for saying stuff like that, because you're black and we like each other, so I feel like I'm getting away with it as well. It's just jokingly, you know. Yeah, so I guess it's time to just wrap this up. This finally, for the first time, with slight technical difficulties, but successful episode. Yeah, we've beat our record today. Beating that mission was the ultimate goal. Unfortunately, we did manage to do that before Kiwami came out, so that's great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But okay, that will be it. So I guess we will see you guys in about 2 weeks. So have fun.
Cool.
And bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And that was Life Hunt Podcast episode 37. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed our waffling and the long-awaited revenge on the 20-star Cerberus and Chthonian Fiend. If you want to share your thoughts about the subjects we've discussed, we'll be more than happy to hear from you and address your opinions in the next episode. In the meantime, please check out the previous episode of Life Hunt Podcast if you missed it, or the last issue of Vita News. You can go to either one of the videos by just clicking on one of the thumbnails that you can see on the screen right now. Watch this space for the next episode of the Life Hunt Podcast, but until then, keep calm and slay on!